Alright you guys, welcome back to another U150 deck video. Today we're going to be going over Alolan Golem GX. Now you may be wondering, hey, why are you showing me a picture of this on Pokemon Online, blah blah blah. And that's because Crimson Invasion and Shining Legends aren't on Lackey just yet. So we're showing you Alolan Golem first because it's proxied in the actual deck list. So if you didn't know what Alolan Golem does, 250 HP, 3 energies for 80, 4 energies for 200, and it hits itself 100 damage. Heavy Rock GX, your opponent can't play any cards in their hand next turn. The reason that we're playing this is it's because it's a 250 HP Pokemon that's doing that magical 80 damage, and that 80 damage is very relevant for all those support Pokemon, stuff like Claydol, Porygon, that sort of thing. It's going to be one-shotting those. That's why we're playing it. For a simple Lightning and DCE, you're going to be one-shotting all those. And then pretty much everything else, like with some damage modifiers between Muscle Band and Choice Band, you're going to be two-shotting everything. But you also have the Super Electromagnetic Tackle if you ever need to use that to one-shot pretty much everything in the game. 200 HP is going to be just shy of those big other Stage 2 GXs, but between Choice Band and Iris and that sort of thing, you're going to be able to one-shot a lot of things. So the 50 damage to itself can be kind of mitigated through certain things. We aren't playing Protection Cube, but it is something that you could consider playing. We think that that being able to just do 200 over and over again is going to be enough. But the big reason that we're playing this is Heavy Rock GX. Your opponent can't play any cards from their hand during their next turn. So basically, you're going to be doing, you're going to be using this to take possibly a 3 or 4 prize swing. The first turn you get a Alolan Golem GX out, they'll knock something else out. They'll attack. They'll do whatever. Then you can either take a knockout with Heavy Rock GX. On their attacking Pokemon, hopefully, if you can. Or if not, you'll go Gust of Wind onto their Claydol, you'll Heavy Rock GX them. They can't play anything. If you Heavy Rock GX in combination with like a Super Energy removal or a regular energy removal or anything like that so that they can't even attack next turn, you're going to take a 2 prize swing that way, right? So you'll bring up the Claydol so they can't draw any cards from their hand. You'll move their energy. They can't do anything. They pass into you. Then you take another knockout with Super Electromagnetic Tackle, and then they're without a Claydol. They're without their attacker, and then you take probably another knockout before Alolan Golem even gets knocked out or however. That's really the reason to play it, is because you can have these like 3 turns in a row where you're just taking prizes with no repercussions, and that's why we play it. The only other proxy in here is going to be Shining. What is it? Celebi? Yeah, Shining Celebi has time to call for each of your evolved Pokemon can use its previous evolution. So we are playing one Shining evolution. So here's the list. Nothing too special. There aren't any cards in here that are kind of out of the ordinary. Like I said, the Shining Celebi is there, and then the Vikavolt is the Alolan Golem. The reason that we're playing the Shining Celebi is for this Geodude has Flail, 10 times the number of damage counters. So if there are those turns where Alolan Golem won't be able to. I should pull this back up so I can just reference it. There are going to be those turns where Alolan Golem won't be able to attach as many energies, or you need to Max Potion. So what you can do is you can Max Potion, attach a DCE, and still use Flail. Actually, wait, no, that makes no sense, because Max Potion Flail doesn't make sense at all. There are those turns where like you can't get your energies out, so you want to Flail. That's why. Okay. Basically, like there's turns where you probably don't want to use Electromagnetic Tackle because you don't want to do that 50 to yourself, but a Flail will still get a knockout, so that's why you want to do that. Plus, on the GX, it's the same, or the regular Alolan Golem, which are playing, it's a good thing to have on there. It's a kind of similar reason. You know, if you don't get one shot, you can attach a DCE, use Flail. If you don't want to use Electromagnetic Rock Wrecker or Heavy Slam, like it's just another way to get a knockout. So there's that. We are going to play an E-Electric to help charge up said Alolan Golem. The Alolan Golem line, by the way, is a 2/2/2 line. This Geodude's like the only other one that attacks for non-fighting. So that's why we're playing that one. The Alolan Geodudes like just aren't good. So we're playing these two here. Oh, they have Fight or Retreat. That's why I don't play them. Bigger Retreat. And then Alolan Graveler and then this Graveler both have colorless attacks or lightning attacks that we can use. And then the Alolan Golem line, 2/2. Your standard support Pokemon, you know, you're playing the Porygon line, you're playing the Dunsparce, the Uxie, the Claydol, that sort of thing. You're playing the Porygon Z because we think it's busted. And then we're playing E-Electric, like I said, to charge up the Alolan Golem. We are playing a 1/1 of Strike line as well. The Item Lock from Disconnect, and then the Snipe from Lightning Crash is just kind of too good. If you are playing a Lightning-based deck, having a 1/1 here isn't the worst thing. Plus, with E-Electric to charge it up, kind of worth it there. The Tapu Koko to soften everything up, and then it's a lightning Pokemon, so Electric Ball. And then we are playing one Tornadus. And now this is kind of a confusing one, maybe right off the gate, but we needed something that was resistance to fighting, and we were kind of falling out of love with Zapdos and Emolga, just because they're EX attackers and they just aren't doing what we want. So we're going to try something new. We're trying Tornadus. We are playing Red Card and Judge, so that Tornadus can twist her throat and kind of get there, so to speak. What else? So that's for Pokemon. Not too much different with supporters. I mean, like I said, the Judge is in there. The Porygon Z works so well with Judge and Red Card, and we had the space, so might as well. You got the Iris in there that we're starting to put in almost every single deck. Nothing else too weird out of supporter lines. In terms of item cards here, like I said, we are playing that Max Potion really, really big on those 250 HP GX Pokemon. I think if you're playing a Stage 2 GX, you need to play Max Potion, just period, end of discussion. The Devo Spray is in there for the Porygon Z. We had some extra rooms, so we played an Energy Switch to kind of help get that Alolan Golem charged up if we need to, because you're only going to Dynamo to the bench. It was one thing to consider, like, I think we're playing a Switch. No, but that's one thing to start considering a Switch, so that you can switch to the bench if you need a Dynamo to that Alolan Golem. What else? We got Battle Compressor in there to get rid of the Lightning so that you can E-Electric them back out. Outside of that, nothing too out of the blue. We're playing the one Flash Energy. Fighting decks are going to be a problem, so we're going to try out Flash Energy, see if it works out. Shrine of Memories is in there. Same sort of Celebi thing, just helps your bench space. Rough Seas, it is a Lightning-based deck, and this guy can be really, really tanky with the Rough Seas. Like I said, I think Protection Cube would be the only other thing that I would consider. Protection Cube you consider a switch. I would consider that sort of thing will help you out with getting those energies on there, as well as keeping the damage off of you after you use Electromagnetic Tackle. So, yep, that about does it, I believe. There's nothing else to really talk about this deck. Like I said, this deck is all about taking those big prize swings with Heavy Rock GX, using Heavy Rock, taking a knockout in combination with like a energy removal play, going up 3-4 prizes, and just kind of snowballing the game after that. Using maybe the Porygon Z in tandem with it to slow your opponent down, right? So if you can't get the energy removal, you Porygon Z them, and then you hit them with the the Heavy Rock GX. They can't evolve back out. Then you knock out whatever they just had. Porygon Z just works even better with that. So, yep. If you have any questions, please let me know. If not, hope you guys enjoy the video, and we'll see you next time.